Why didn't I believe the angel? If I ever speak again, my first words, and all my words from that day forward, will be words of praise for the God who hears the prayers of his people.
Hi, boys and girls. Today is day 2 of our 25 story series. Yesterday, we began by hearing from Isaiah as he talked about the prophecies God showed him about the coming Messiah. And we know that that Messiah was Jesus. Isaiah also received a prophecy about someone who would prepare the way for the Messiah. Do you know who that was? It was John the Baptist. And today, we will get to hear from John's father, Zechariah. Do you remember Zechariah? He and his wife Elizabeth were too old to have a child, even though they really wanted one. And an angel spoke to Zechariah while he was at the temple and told him that he and his wife would have a baby after all. I wonder what it must have been like for Zechariah to see an angel. Well, why don't we hear what Zechariah thought about it?
Why didn't I believe the angel? For all the years of our marriage, my precious wife Elizabeth and I have prayed for a son. I've served faithfully in the temple, and she's a good wife who loves the Lord. But still, we have no children. During all that time, I've kept serving at the temple in Jerusalem, trying not to question the plans of the Lord. But then, when I'm an old man and Elizabeth beyond the age of childbearing, I finally get chosen for the greatest honor of a priest. I tended the altar of incense, mere inches from the most holy place. And then an angel appeared, the most majestic thing I'd ever seen, as if he'd been there forever. And he told me not to be afraid. Ah, yes, don't be afraid. Of course, it was terrifying. He said my prayer for a son had been heard. God heard me. The angel said we would have a son. But who am I? Am I like Abraham from generations long ago, that God would give me a son in my old age? And Elizabeth, like his wife Sarah. I realize now, I should have jumped for joy. I should have hugged the angel. Well, probably not. But I certainly should have thanked God for blessing us with a son, and for announcing him in the temple. But what did I do? I questioned. I doubted that God could bring life from 2 people as old as us. I questioned the angel Gabriel, who stood in front of me after standing before God himself. So, the angel silenced me. And I've not been able to speak since that day, months ago. I mistakenly thought God was unable to hear me all those years, and now people truly are unable to hear me. Oh, the Lord has a sense of humor. I am thankful he simply shut my mouth instead of striking me with lightning for my lack of faith. Now my sweet Elizabeth is pregnant. She carries our child, a son. We will name John, just as the angel commanded. If I ever speak again, my first words, and all my words from that day forward, will be words of praise for the God who hears the prayers of his people.